I'm Lindsay Littman. Here are your headlines from Central Texas. The families of two teen cyclists are facing their hardest battles. 13-year-old Colton Young was diagnosed with leukemia Friday afternoon, and his teammate, 16-year-old Walker Carroll, was struck by a truck while riding his bicycle that same day. Our Adriana Alexander spoke with both families to hear the status of the teens and what their cycling community is doing to support them.
Two teens who share the same passion for cycling are now facing their own separate battles at the same time.
I mean, ultimately, we're holding on to our faith. I mean, we were stone cold believers, always have been.
16-year-old Walker Carroll was biking with his teammate in Hallsburg Friday when a pickup truck crashed into him. His father, Dan, has been at the hospital with him since it happened and said he still remains in critical condition.
They removed a part of his skull to alleviate, so they could drain both the blood, the brain bleed, and to make room for the swelling. They expect that will be removed for 8 to 12 weeks. He had 3 spinal cord injuries.
And Carroll's teammate, 13-year-old Colton Young, is also in the hospital bed, but with a different struggle.
He's having trouble keeping his blood counts where it's supposed to be.
Both teens are members of the Heart of Texas Junior Cycling Club. Just hours before Carroll's tragic crash, Young's mother, Tammy, says her and her son were hit with the most devastating news of their lives.
He's a beautiful kid, He was 13 that just was diagnosed with leukemia.
Tammy says the signs were there, but she didn't know his condition was tied to cancer.
He was always tired. His last good ride, he was with some of his favorite coaches. He came back and he fell asleep the whole car ride, and he went right to bed afterwards. He had cancer in his body then.
As both teens remain in the hospital, their cycling coach, Brady Gibson, has been hands-on with supporting them both. And so is the community.
We actually have a race this weekend, and I know that there's going to be a worship service and a prayer time for him.
Both families are holding on to faith in the hope that both boys will be back on their bikes one day.
In a world where there is so much bad, it's refreshing to realize and meet so many people with so much good.
And I'm just honored that they're wanting to dedicate this season to Colton and Walker.
Well, in that hit and run case, Texas DPS reports they were able to find the suspect and an investigation is ongoing. Young will have his second round of chemo treatment this week. Well, guard your heart and your wallet. Officials are warning about romance scams surging this Valentine's season. Our Sydney Walker has more from the Better Business Bureau and our local police department on how to find a foe amidst the beaux.
He loves me not.
These are crimes of emotion. These are crimes of financial fraud.
Jason Mesa with the Better Business Bureau is warning of romance scams.
So we see a lot of people that are on dating apps, online, looking for connection. And unfortunately, there's a lot of smooth talkers out there.
Fooled by fake profiles.
Because they never want to meet in person. They never want to turn their video on.
A phenomenon that spikes around Valentine's.
This is not an emerging scam, but the dollar amount per victim is going up.
Even though the connection may feel real.
Inevitably, there's an emergency that happens. And in that money attempt, there's a solicit for money. Hundreds, thousands, and hundreds of thousands sometimes.
The breakup will hurt.
Just in Texas alone, last year, we're seeing about $400,000.
A broken heart and wallet.
It starts out small like that, and it can very quickly grow to, hey, I need $20,000. I need to buy a new car.
Cody Close with Temple PD says red flags range from a friend request from a stranger with no mutual connections to asking for cash.
I know of a case where, the lady was out almost $100,000 from a scammer.
Refrain from sharing financial info or sending any intimate photos.
Once you send that, you can't take it back.
Gather info like screenshots of profiles and conversations and don't reply.
Just don't fall for the coercion behind it. Just completely block them from everything.
And don't believe their threats or love confessions.
If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
So, some dating advice?
It's worth the time to double, triple check and cross check that this person is real.
If you realize you've been scammed, report it immediately. You can report it at bbb.org or contact your local police department. And those are your headlines from Central Texas.